So good day everyone. So I'm your third demonstrator for today's. But before we delve into our discussion for today, I want to begin with a simple thought. So what makes a person truly compassionate and how does that affect the world around them? Okay, today we'll be discussing two important subtopics that are not only relevant in our society but also deeply connected to our lives as students, future educators, and members of our environment. So these topics are the ethics of care in education and ecofeminism. So let's first discuss the ethics of care in education. So, the ethics of care is a principle that emphasizes compassion, empathy, and strong relationships. So, in the context of education, it suggests that teachers, students, and the school community should not only focus on rules, tests, or achievements, but also on how they treat one another with kindness and understanding. So of course, instead of a strict or distant classroom atmosphere, the ethics of care encourages like a warm and trusting environment where students feel safe, seen, and supported. So actually, this idea was made popular by Nell Nudding. So she is a well-known philosopher and educator. She believed that genuine care is a powerful part of learning. So, because after all, when students feel that someone truly cares for them, they become more motivated and confident to do well in class. And teachers who follow these ethics don't just give grades solely, so they guide, support, and understand the needs of each learner. So now, let's proceed to the different key ideas of ethics of care and education. So first we have here is the relationships matter. So of course, the teacher should build good relationships with students by listening to them and understanding their feelings. So actually, when teachers take time to really know their students, it builds a stronger bond that encourages better learning. And I do agree with that because based on my experience. So care starts with listening, showing respect, and also responding to students' emotional and academic needs. So for you to better understand what that means, let me give you two different examples. So first example is when a teacher notices a student is quiet and sad, so basically the teacher should talk to the student privately to check if they're okay. So another example, a student is often alone during break time, so the teacher assigns a group of activity wherein the student is paired with classmates who share similar interests to help build friendships or relationships. So that's why relationships matter. So next is the responsibility and trust. So teachers have the duty to guide students and help them grow. So while the students should also learn to care for others. So of course, it's the teacher's duty to guide students, while also students must learn to become responsible and kind individuals. So it's like a two-way relationship built on respect and reliability. So for example, a teacher helps a student who is always absent by reaching out to their parents and giving learning materials at home. So in that way, the student also learns to be kind and helps the classmates who struggles with lessons. So now let's proceed to the third one, which is the supportive learning. So a caring classroom helps students feel safe, respected, and motivated to learn. So yes, a caring environment boosts a student's willingness to participate and grow because the student will feel safe and they will be able to showcase what they have or showcase their skills. So they feel encouraged and not judged by their environment. So for example, this is so basic in our class because it's actually based on our experience. So when a student mispronounces a word while reading aloud, instead of laughing, us teachers or the classmates should cheer them on and gently correct them. Not you don't have to laugh at them, because that's not the good way to solve that kind of problem or discomfort to that student. So we must always to be kind with one another and to promote a gentler kind of school environment to the students. So next is the fairness with empathy. So discipline and decisions in school should be fair, but also kind and understanding of each student's situation. So, of course, discipline should be balanced with understanding. So, instead of focusing only on rules, a teacher should consider the student's personal situation, because our students in the classroom always have different experiences with their personal life. So, for example, a student comes late often because she helps her siblings in the morning. So instead of scolding that student, us teachers should understand and help them manage their time better, and should always understand them, not scolding them. So next, we have here the different levels of care, because according to my research, there are no specific types of care. The only thing that it have is the different levels of care. So we have here first the personal care. So caring for those close to us, like family or classmates. So this level of care refers to the care we show to people close to us, like our friends, classmates, family, or loved ones. So it's actually the most natural and immediate form of care that we experience every time. So for example, a student comforts a friend who's crying after getting a low grade. So that shows a close relationship to your friend. Okay, so next level of care is the professional or institutional care. So this means that caring in formal settings like schools or hospitals. So this level of care happens in like a formal places like schools, hospitals, or workplaces. So it includes systems that support people's well-being. So you show care to people, but with boundaries, because you're not actually that close to that people. So for example, a school has a feeding program for undernourished students. So you show care with those undernourished students, even if you're not close personally. So that is what a professional or institutional care all about. Next is global or political care, caring for people beyond your personal life. So just like the institutional care, so this care goes beyond personal connections. So it involves concern for people in different parts of the world and the actions we take to help them. So this shows care and on what actions you do to help those people. So for example, school hosts a donation drive for children in disaster affected areas. So this encourages students to contribute clothes, food, or messages of hope. So now we're done with the first subtopic, which is the ethics of care in education. And now let's proceed to the gender and environment, the ecofeminism. So what really is an ecofeminism? So ecofeminism is a belief or movement that connects the protection of nature with the fight for women's rights. So it says that the way nature is treated badly is similar to how women are treated unfairly in society. So just like before, it's so rampant. So ecofeminism, it always began when thinkers noticed that the oppression of women and the destruction of nature often happen side by side. So especially in societies dominated by greed and power. So many women, especially those living in like marginalized or like yes, marginalized areas depend closely on nature for their family survival. So because of this, they're often at the front lines of protecting the environment. So ecofeminism says that empowering women and respecting nature go hand in hand. So if we want a better world, we must listen to women and protect the earth at the same time. Okay, now let's proceed to the different key ideas. So the first one that we have here is both women and nature are exploited. So in many societies, women and the environment are often used without care or respect, especially before. So in many communities, both are taken for granted, the women and the environment. So nature is used often for profit, and women are often expected to do unpaid work without recognition. So just like for example, in some communities, trees are cut down for business, or when the government wants to build buildings on that area. And also women have to walk longer distances to collect firewood and water for their families, because there are some places wherein women still depend on the water for laundry and cooking, are the ones most affected, especially when the government will build different factories that will also affect, or that will also pollute the water in the nature. So the next key idea is the women as caretakers of nature. So many women, especially in rural areas, work closely with nature, like farming, like in collecting water, and also with the firewood that they use when cooking. So they often lead in protecting it. So because many women are directly connected to nature, just like what I've mentioned earlier, like some women do farming and also uses firewood for cooking and for water collection for them to wash their dishes or wash clothes. So they often become the protectors of the environment. So for example, our mothers or grandmothers often remind us to save water, avoid wasting food, and keep the surroundings clean. Also, another example, a female barangay captain organizes regular cleanup drives and teaches kids how to segregate waste in our homes. So next is equal rights equals better community. So giving women equal power and voice helps make better decisions for the earth and the people. And I do agree with that, because when women are included in making decisions, for me, the community becomes more sustainable and just. And I hope that we all agree with that. So their perspectives, or the women's perspectives, help build better solutions for both people and nature, because as women are known for being too gentle and better in making decisions. So like for example, when women are involved in community cleanup projects or tree planting, so the activities are more organized and long lasting, because women are really known for being organized. What else? Another example, a group of female farmers are given training and access to sustainable farming tools, so resulting in healthier crops and improved income for their families. So next key idea, sustainability and balance. So ecofeminism wants a world where both women and nature are respected, valued, and protected. So basically, ecofeminism promotes harmony between humans and nature, between genders, and in how we live our lives. So for example, a school encourages both boys and girls to take care of a compost pit and use it for the school garden, promoting teamwork and responsibility. So those are the key ideas. Now let's proceed to the types of ecofeminism. So first is the cultural ecofeminism. So believes women are naturally closer to nature due to their nurturing role. So us women are known for nurturing. So this type of ecofeminism sees women as naturally close to nature due to their nurturing roles in society. So, just like for example, saying women are more caring about nature because of their motherly instincts. So that's really true. Next is also another example. A local storybook portrays nature as a mother figure and highlights the wisdom of mothers teaching children how to protect the land. So another type of ecofeminism is the social or materialist ecofeminism. So it focuses on how both women and nature are harmed by systems like capitalism or patriarchy. So this version of the ecofeminism focuses on how capitalism and patriarchy harm both nature and women. So like for example, companies destroy forests to profit while poor women are left with no access to clean water or land. So also when women working in garbage collection, so they demand safer working conditions and fair pay. So showing how labor and environmental issues are connected. So next type of ecofeminism is the spiritual ecofeminism. So it connects nature and women through spiritual beliefs or traditional culture. So it links the connection between women and nature through spiritual beliefs or cultural traditions. So for examples, indigenous communities honoring Mother Earth and seeing women as caretakers of life. And also during community rituals, so women lead prayers for rain and good harvests, so showing their deep spiritual connection with nature. So next type of ecofeminism is the political ecofeminism. So I believe this is the last type of ecofeminism. So the political feminism fights for equal rights and environmental protection in laws and policies. So this basically focuses on fighting for laws and policies that promote both environmental and gender justice. So for example, when women joining environmental protests to stop pollution or illegal mining, so they fight for the environmental protection. And also a female, like for example, a female leader speaks at a town meeting to like oppose illegal logging and calls for stricter environmental laws, so that protect both the land and the rights of indigenous women. So that ends our discussion for today, and I hope you learned a lot from our discussion, from the ethics of care and education down to the ecofeminism. So that's all for our report. Thank you so much for listening.